Welcome to 5-Minute Morning, your daily bite-sized encouragement and food for thought to help you start your morning off on the right foot. Good morning and welcome to 5-Minute Morning. I'm so glad that you're here and let's have an awesome day together. I wanted to read today the verse of the day in the YouVersion app. And it's a really good one, so I'm going to read it in a couple different translations. So you can watch this one while you're getting ready or something. You don't necessarily have to be looking at me. I want you to be able to just focus on the words and meditate on them, and then we'll talk about it together. So this is James 1, chapter 1, verse 5, first in the Passion Translation. And if anyone longs to be wise, ask God for wisdom, and he will give it. He won't see your lack of wisdom as an opportunity to scold you over your failures, but he will overwhelm your failures with his generous grace. And this is in the Message translation. Sometimes the Message hurts so good. It's really straightforward. If you don't know what you're doing, pray to the Father. He loves to help. You'll get his help and you won't be condescended to when you ask for it. Ask boldly, believingly, without a second thought. People who worry their prayers are like wind-whipped waves. Don't think you're going to get anything from the Master that way, adrift at sea, keeping all your options open. And this is in the NLT. If you need wisdom, ask your generous God, and he will give it to you. He will not rebuke you for asking. But when you ask him, be sure that your faith is in God alone. Do not waver, for a person with divided loyalty is as unsettled as a wave of the sea that is blown and tossed by the wind. Such people should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Their loyalty is divided between God and the world, and they are unstable in everything they do. I find this verse, or these verses, to be really challenging to me. Sometimes I can feel the way it's describing. I can feel like a wind-whipped wave because I don't know if I'm putting my full faith in God. I'm also wanting to hear the wisdom that the world has to offer. And I have an open ear to God, but I'm also keeping my options open, and I'm listening to what other people have to say, what every podcast that I listen to, and every sermon, and every inspirational quote, and every self-help book. And there's nothing essentially wrong in any of those things. They can be life-changing and transformative, but God is the one that has words that lead to life. And sometimes we forget that if we need wisdom, that we can just ask him. And he is a good father. His character is not one that he is just watching disapprovingly of your life with arms crossed and waiting for you to fail so that he can say, see, I told you so. That's not his heart. And if that is the way that you believe him to be, then you're probably not going to ask him for his advice. But he loves to help. He's on your side. He's cheering for you. And if he extends to you his wisdom, it's a gift. It has the ability to completely transform your life from the inside out. So ask him today for wisdom. Let him be the first one that you go to when you need help. It doesn't mean that you can't listen to other people's advice, but be aware of the affections of your heart, and that God, he is for you, and he knows the inner workings of your heart. He knows the path before you, and he won't condescend you or rebuke you when you ask him for his help. He's there and willing and waiting to help you. If you're also hungry for more wisdom, the book of Proverbs is incredible. In the Passion Translation, it just comes alive to me. And there's 31 chapters in the book of Proverbs. So there's one for every single day of the month. So that would be a good way to grow in wisdom. So I'd encourage you to make that a habit to read more of the book of Proverbs, but above anything else, ask God. So if there's something that comes up today, would you ask God first for his wisdom and be open to what he speaks to your heart?